Yes, people, how are we all? Now, I know it's been a while, I know the videos are short, but busy times ahead, busy times ahead. But anyway, thank you for the support as usual. I will be doing the comments as you watch this, so I appreciate all the support. Leeds United are back at the weekend against Southampton, away as well. So it's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be an interesting task, an interesting mentality that you have to kind of take into this game. But yeah, anyway, without any further ado, here's a match breakdown of what I expect from Southampton and Leeds and the game. Let's just get straight into it. So this is what the team I'm expecting. This is what I've gone with. Very similar to the last game, Bar Holgate, who was at right back, who had a bit of a stinker. So I imagine if things work out like that, he won't play in this one. So what I've done is I put Walker Peters back at right back and Manning at left back. And I couldn't find too much on injury, so I'm not sure who's fit. I just know Stevens is out with an injury. But it's a 4-3-3 usually. They have done a 4-4-2 at times this season as well. But it's predominantly a 4-3-3 possession-based system. Now, the back four is fairly self-explanatory. Jan Rednarak and Howard Bellis, I believe it will be, with Walker Peters and Ryan Manning at left back. So that's what I'm expecting from the back four. Midfield, now, they've had a few different alterations in there. They have had, at times, Alcaraz has played, a few others. You know, Adam Armstrong, who's on the right, has often kind of set in that midfield role, trying to play in kind of a progressive role in midfield. But one constant is Will Smallbone. Shea Charles has played there since he's been in the team as well. And Flynn Downs is a bit creative. So it'll be interesting to see how their role fits. The front three, I believe, will be Che Adams, Ryan Fraser, and Armstrong. Now, again, you've got Adoze and Sulemara on the bench, so they're two guys who can massively affect this game, and I think they might occupy in this game as well, potentially. But that's the lineup. Could switch around, like I said. Having lost a game recently, they might decide on some different things. But these are the subs. Well, there's some names you know in there. Jack Stevens is injured. She was their captain. Mason Holgate. We've got Carlos Alcaraz, who can affect a game. Stuart Armstrong, Aribo comes on often. Samuel Adoze and Sulemara are two wingers that I think we could see in this game. Ross Stewart is injured, so he won't be playing. As we know with Southampton, they have good players, and that's what's important for me. They have good players. They have good individual players who can be very dangerous at this level despite current form. The individual player in this side is very effective, and there's a lot of different kind of changes they could make, especially to kind of exploit 1v1 situations in wide areas. Dangers. Now, another star was next to Ryan Fraser, but it wasn't meant to be. That was a mistake. Dangers. Well, I put very technical. But Smallbone, as you can see from the charts here, if you look at the midfield kind of 3 and 4, you've got Che Adams, you've got Smallbone in there, and whoever, if it's Flynn Downs, they're very central and they're very core to everything. But as we know, Southampton predominantly like to have as much ball as possible, even if it's just for the sake of it. You know, even if it's just keeping the ball and maintaining the ball, they will keep the ball as much as possible. Not only that, they will do little passes. You know, they're not bothered about doing medium passes. They will do 10 little passes in a circle if they have to. You know, they want to maintain the ball and get as many touches on the ball as possible. Constant movement around the ball, constant rotations. But the main core is Smallbone in that technical midfield role who can find a pass, who can find areas which can exploit any team. And then you've got the front three or the front four, and they're quick, directive wingers. You look at Fraser, Armstrong, Adoze, Sulemara. I don't know why it says free kicks. I didn't delete that from the previous one. Those guys are dangerous. They are dangerous. And there's a different issue for Southampton for me. It's not the individual, it's the application of these players. And some of these players don't want to play championship football. That is clear. So are they giving what they can? You look at players like Sulemara, who came in last year in January, and he's a very good player. Were being, touted out as leaving. So was, people like Armstrong, for example, and Che Adams. So are they giving as much is my suggestion here. Because individually, they're a very good team. The front, as I said, the front three fluidity is a massive danger. Breaking team down is something they can struggle at. If it clicks and if you allow them space to play, they will suffocate you in areas of the pitch, especially from those late runners. You're looking at Adam Armstrong, who is just very, very good, as you can see in these advanced areas. The 26, very good at being beyond the last man, whether that's coming from midfield, whether that's coming from wide. Che Adams, the striker there. Armstrong is often beyond that That is something we have to watch out. And it's interesting because they didn't play Ryan Manning last week, hence why there was a less of an emphasis on going forward down this side. Whereas the game before, where they did play Ryan Manning number 3, these two guys got a lot higher forward. So it's going to be interesting to see how they adapt their game for us, and do they target this right side, which is probably our weakest side? Do they bring Manning in to push them forward, and do they really exploit the end with Adam Armstrong and Ryan Fraser, who can both exploit last man because they are very quick and direct? So will it be more like this? I think it will. I think Manning will come back into it, and they will definitely try and exploit our weaker side for sure. Even if it's Shaq there. For me, as a side, we are weaker down that, just because 1v1 Sam Byron for me is excellent. Even with fast wingers, he deals with them very well. His positional play is excellent. But yeah, we know about their dangers. We know about Che Adams, good movement, goal scorer, smart player. He'll drop deep, he'll drop him behind. He's very good at finding a quick pass once he holds the ball up. His movement is excellent. He's very good movement. So he's going to be a tough task. It is. Look, people can talk about their form and all that stuff. We need to understand as a team, and the players will, and Farke is a genius in this. Every manager knows. You cannot underestimate a team that is down, because all they need, and all a team that is down needs, really, is that aggressive result. And if they come out for the first 15 minutes and show promise and aggression and get a goal, there will be belief in that side. What we have to do is just play our game and be resolute, be strong when we need to be defensively, be good 1v1 situations, especially in wide areas. Press the living hell out of them, because they cannot deal with the press at the moment. They cannot, and we'll get into that right now. This is where they come from. So this is Smallbone on the ball, and they will happily just pass the ball in these midfield areas. But what you have, this is not Smallbone, this is Armstrong. But what you have to look out for is the high advances they make. So what they will do is they will be patient, and then there will be quick movement in between the lines, like we're seeing with Che Adams right here, like we're seeing over here. Smallbone as well, picking the ball up in between those lines. And once, as you can see by my head, once they're in these advanced areas, that late run there, once we're in these advanced areas, that late run from Adam Armstrong is what makes him dangerous, because he's very quick on the final shoulder, very good movement, and he's a decent finisher, and he scored from this, as you can see with Armstrong at the bottom there. So we have to be careful in the midfield. We cannot allow these slight passes. We have to read everything. We have to be resolute. We have to be tight to the men. We have to watch for runners off the men, because they have dangerous high runners in Adam Armstrong, particularly, and Ryan Fraser. So we have to be careful. Regardless of form, they can still tear you apart if you let them. Patient in the middle, quick and direct, off the ball, forward runners. Just some quick stats there. One thing I really want to talk about, and this is all stuck out for me here, it's the goals conceded. 2.4 a game to our 0.9. Clean sheets, none. They've had no clean sheets, guys. No clean sheets. Let's not be the first team with our front four that can exploit that. Let's not be the first team to break that trend, okay? We have to score in this game. Everyone else can do it. Leeds United have to be able to do it. So we have the individual players to do that, right? So we have to be that team now. That is on us. We have to do that. No clean sheets, terrible defensive record. Let's get at them, and this is how we do it. This is against Middlesbrough, who were a struggling side in the Championship this season, setting traps, right? And I can't stress this enough. Setting traps. Move my head again. As you can see here, so Walker-Peters has been forced back, which is the first step. Force them back into dangerous areas where we're ready to set a trap. He's given the ball here to Che Charles, who is an excellent young player, but can often be quite hesitant and slow on the ball because he's a young guy and he's not got as much time as he would have done in youth football. They've set that trap. They've identified that, and they've got 3 guys ready to pounce on that trap. As soon as that ball goes into there, this guy's ready to pounce. Here it is, wins the tackle. As you can see, boom. 3 or 4 seconds later, ignore the terrible graphics. 3 or 4 seconds later, realistically, he's behind, he's out of the game. It's a 3v2, running with forward momentum. Simple as that. Setting that trap, being aggressive when you go forward. Here's another example. Holgate is given the ball, set that trap, 1v1. He's challenged him. He's hesitated as Holgate. They've won the ball. 4v3 in an advanced area. And this is what we have to do. We have to be aggressive in that press. We have to pick it when it's right, because if the press is wrong and the triggers are not right and we're not quick enough on the triggers, they will exploit it, and that's where they'll move through the thirds quickly and get it into the final three who can create a goal. We can't allow that. We have to be resolute and solid in defence, as well as being aggressive in the press in the right areas. Again, set a trap down here. This guy's gone 50-50. All they've done, they committed so many. They do that. They commit so many bodies forward because that's the way they play. They play so high and they commit so many because they're confident in their style of play, that if you do press them and you do get in their face, this situation happens. What happens after that? Move my head over here so you can see. This is what happens. 4v1 because of one interception at the back, because they commit so many bodies forward. And let me tell you, people, they are not quick at recovery. Their recovery speed is not quick. This can be exploited. Middlesbrough exploited it. We have the players who are perfect for the situation. High press correct. Everyone needs to be on the same wavelength. Everyone needs to press at the right time. And this is the situation you can find yourself in against Southampton. They are good on the ball. At the back, when they're trying to transition and they push bodies forward, they are at risk if you press them aggressively and do it right. This is the situation you find yourself in. Exploit that. That is a huge weakness. If we get this right, we can score 2 or 3 goals from this situation. Can. Look, they might come out, and this is a big test for them, but also this could be a way in which they get back to the season by beating Leeds United at home. Right, that's a big scalp. So they're going to be up for this. Best believe, forget the results, forget the last 4 defeats in a row. In this individual game right now, they will want to win it more than anything. This is a big opportunity for them. Have to take advantage of their mentality at the moment. We have to. We have to be good. We have to be good. This is a situation we can see ourselves in. How we beat them. Be aggressive. Press hard but smart. Don't be overly aggressive. Don't press the wrong people. Don't press at the wrong times. Make sure everyone is on the same wavelength at the press. Use our technical ability and physicality. More our physicality. Their midfield, their team is silk. All silk. Not much steel. We have a good mix of that. That's what I like about our team. They don't. They're all silk. If you show more steel, they will panic. We have to be aggressive. We have to be decisive. More importantly, when we get in these areas, we have to be clinical and use our quality 1v1. They're good on the ball if you let them. If you don't let them, they panic, and they've not found a way to get through that yet. That's what we have to do. I'd like to go in more detail, but I'm busy, so this one's going to have to do for now. Like I said, it's a tough game. I know you look at the results, and of course we should win it. We should 100%. We can't have the mentality of this is going to be easy, because it won't be, because they have very good individual dangerous players who can get in any side in this league. They're in a bad place right now, and we have to take advantage of that. We cannot be the team that uses that they use as kind of a step to get back. We can't be that team, because we are on our own path now, and our own path is trying to get up to the top of the league. And this has to be a statement where we say, right, let's be ruthless. Let's get at them. Let's press them. Let's show the league actually we're a really good side. Let's put that pressure on the other teams. We have to do that tomorrow. Friday, whenever you're watching this. On Saturday, whenever you're watching this. But yeah, big games. These big games. They've lost 4 in a row. They've conceded a lot of goals in that time. They've been beaten many times by being pressed. Have to set traps. We have to press high and aggressive. On the counter-attack, get forward quickly. We have the players to do it. In possession, keep moving. Keep them guessing. Get in 1v1 situations on the wings. Create 2v1s with the full-backs. They won't be able to deal with it. They have a lot of quality. Individual players, they do. And when their style works, it's good. But it's not working right now. We have to be what we can be, and we will win this game. I'm looking forward to it. Let me know what you guys think. I appreciate all the support as usual. I'll see you very, very soon. Yeah, let's go.